first YouTube video. So when I say guys or whoever, I'm kind of assuming, maybe wrongly, that someone's gonna watch this. But I gotta pretend, I guess, that somebody is. So yeah, guys, it's my first video, my first YouTube video. Kind of going through the transition of moving out of an apartment and living in my van that I bought. And I've been in the van for about 7 days now. Last night, I think, was my 6th or 7th night. And it's been going pretty well. Fortunately, I wasn't thinking ahead. I didn't get any video or anything of the place I moved out of. But it was a really nice apartment that I lived in for about a little over 4 years. And it was hard to leave, to be honest, because I really enjoyed it. There was nothing really about the apartment that I didn't like. I just felt like, you know, I needed to make a change and try out this experiment. Sorry if this is unbearable, because it's kind of hard to talk about myself. I feel like a total tool bag. But I kind of want to record this experiment, and you know, hopefully it's interesting to somebody, because listening to myself is insufferable. But yeah, I kind of felt like, you know, my life was really predictable. I was going to work every day, coming home, and pretty much doing the same thing, you know, making dinner, watching some TV, going to sleep, and waking up and doing it again. I was kind of living for the weekend a little bit, you know. The week was really just a blur, and then you know, maybe hang out with some friends on the weekends, see some family, and then do the same thing again the next week. And it's kind of hard once you're on that wheel to take yourself off and look at it from an outside perspective. And I started to do that a little bit. I started to think, like, man, my life is so predictable. Every week is exactly the same as the previous, and then it's a month, and then a couple months, and then a season, then a year. And before you know it, you know, years have gone by and you haven't really done anything except for the same shit you do every day. And I started to think about security and comfort and all those things, and I thought, you know, there's something nice about that, about being secure and about feeling comfortable and all those things. And then I started to think, you know, I'm rarely insecure about my situation. You know, I don't, you know, have really a lot of money troubles per se. I'm not, you know, financially well off or anything. I mean, I've never made over $40,000 in a year in my life. But I never, you know, I don't buy a lot of things. I don't have bills. I don't have debt or any of those expenses. So, you know, money wasn't really prohibitive as far as me doing what I want. It was really just, I guess, kind of lack of motivation or ambition, or the comfort. The comfort was really kind of keeps you in place a little bit, or kept me in place, I should say. And I thought, you know, I kind of want to feel insecure. I kind of want to not know what I'm doing. I kind of want a little bit of curiosity back in my life. So I started to think about what I can do to mix things up, to get out of like this secure environment of my routine, my apartment, and just doing the same thing day in, day out, and put a little mystery into my life, a little bit of, you know, uncomfortability, I guess. It's probably not a word. So I decided that I would buy a van and move into it and work out another year at my job, which I also enjoy, or don't not enjoy, I guess you could say. I don't hate it, so I guess that's all you can really ask for, unless you're an athlete or an astronaut. So I thought I'll work out a year, and then I'll take my van around the continent, the country. You know, I'm 32 years old, and I've lived in the Midwest my entire life. And I've probably gone to 3 or 4 states on purpose. You know, I've been to several places for vacation and whatnot, and the West and the South and all those things, but you know, they've been like direct. I've gone straight there for the specific vacation, and I've never really, you know, experienced the place I've lived, the continent. I've never even, you know, spent any substantial amount of time in the majority of this giant piece of land. So I thought, you know, I'll work the rest of this year, and then I'll take the van and I'll just go. I won't work for a year. I'll save all my money this year, and I won't work for a year. And I'll just go around the country and see it, experience it, you know, get lost, and you know, have some insecurities. And then, you know, I started to think about, you know, maybe you should do something while you're not working. So I've kind of decided at this point, and this is still early, you know, it's April, and I have 8 months before I'm, you know, done working and I head out. But right now I kind of think I'm going to try to volunteer a lot, and you know, I'm not going to have really any restrictions, so, and I don't want to really make an itinerary, but I figure, you know, I could see the United States, see North America, and at the same time volunteer at some places, you know, make some of my time useful. So that's kind of the plan that I'm at with now, and I'm, you know, it's tentative. I have a lot of plans, and they change, you know, very quickly. Sometimes they change by the time I finish the sentence. But yeah, so ultimately I just want to record this whole thing, kind of record the deal of what it's like to live in the van, trying to get over the social stigma of living in a van, you know, out of choice. And it's hard, honestly, with just myself. It's really hard to allow myself to feel comfortable and not worry about what other people think and what society thinks about what I'm doing. And I don't know where I read this or heard this quote, but I read a quote that was like, you know, when you're in your 20s and 30s, you worry a lot about what other people think. And when you're in your 40s and your 50s, you stop really caring about what other people think. And when you're in your 60s and 70s, you realize that other people weren't really thinking about you anyway. So I kind of try to remind myself of that when, you know, I'm looking for a place to sleep, and you think all eyes are on you and everybody knows what you're doing, and I try to remind myself not to worry about it or any of those things. And like I said, I'm really only a week or so, a week and a half into this, so it's still very new, and I haven't quite felt real comfortable. But I'll make a video later showing the setup of my van, what I'm working with. But I kind of wanted to make this first video just kind of explaining what I'm trying to do, what my situation is, and you know, hopefully, depending on the success of this video, and if people want to see more, I will, you know, I intend to make more videos frequently, kind of going through what's up. This isn't going to be exclusively about living in a van, or, you know, I know there's a lot of really cool van dwellers who make videos on YouTube about the ins and outs of living in a van, and I'm going to make videos like that too, but I don't intend to make this solely just about van dwelling. It's more about kind of like my life. There's going to be a lot of videos about, you know, my inane thoughts and philosophies, and a lot of garbage that's probably going to turn people off, but whatever, you know, what can you do? But if nobody ends up watching it and it kind of sucks, then this might be my only video. And I'm not good at editing. I'm doing all this on my phone. It's a very self-contained operation. So there won't be a whole lot of flashy, jazzy graphics. It's going to be pretty simple. And you're going to walk right out in front of me. Nope. Smart move. So I'm still learning how to edit, so the editing is going to be a little wonky. And if I'm being honest, it's probably going to stay wonky because I'm not a perfectionist when it comes to that type of shit. But yeah, so this is my first video. Tell me what you think down in the comments below, and if you want to see more, I'll make some more videos, and you know, hopefully this is cool, and we'll get to do a long. I don't know how to end this video. Whatever. Well, see ya.